But the success of Heavy D and the Boys, the first album, um, did it take up? Did you guys expect it to, do as well as it did? Especially, as I said, you had Eddie and Teddy doing this stuff. Was it a surprise how well it was received?
You asking me?
I mean,
Oh,
both of you, because Eddie was in the group,
it,
and Jimmy,
it
you're
was a
promoting it.
progressive grind. That's basically what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some from the beginning, when it was just being born, brand new, everybody was new. The group was new. Andre was new at being a president, and definitely me and Kurt Woodley was new at our jobs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Kurt was an A&R, and he was new at that, and I was new at going on the road, but I wasn't new at hustling. And so I was able to, push my way into retail stores, into record companies, into restaurants, into, radio stations, become friends with the owner of the station, and then the general manager, and then the program director, and then the music director at that time. So, and I also had product to provide. You know what I mean? I had constant product with producers like Teddy Riley, Eddie F, and at that time maybe Marley Marr and I'll Be Sure, and then Devontae Swings. I always had a product and an identifiable logo, which is important. That Uptown Cat was identified, and it was a logo that you would be, as soon as you see it, you didn't even have to hear the record after a while.
Right.
Once I established it at radio and wherever else I had to, television, magazines, all mediums. Once I established that cat, you didn't have to have an interview or anything. You wanted to do it because it was coming from Uptown.
Right. And it was a special, one thing I want to throw back to too, it was a very special time. And ironically, the partner company, MCA, was based in California. So that also helped us because when we started, we had our first single. We a lot of times would go on the road, and then we would go to California, and we might be on a promo tour or a tour with artists from the West Coast. So there was a time where we were out on the road, and everybody had one song. Heavy D and the Boys had their first single. Salt and Pepper had their first single. Eazy-E and NWA had their first EP and their first single. Ice-T had a single, Too Short had a single, MC Hammer had a single. Like we would be on shows and all of us had one record. We all had one or maybe two records.
Right.
So it was a special time because everybody just had one or two songs. Then it started being added. You had EPMD, you had Kid and Play, you had, and it would be more and more people that had a few songs. And so we were like the group of artists that all had a song. Rush and Def Jam, they had their thing because they were all under the same house and they had everybody and they did their tour. But we were like everybody who's not on Def Jam and not we all had one song. But it was very special because you got to watch, Too Short, Ice-T, MC Hammer, Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper. All of us go from Big Daddy Kane, go from Queen Latifah, go from one record to a second single to a first album. So it was a very special time, and it was a lot of fun because we all would like just discovering ourselves musically.
And it felt that there was no beef. It felt like there was a family because, like I said, it felt like, you guys were like a family. I mean, Jimmy, if you noticed, the artists didn't seem to compete with each other. They felt as if, we're supporting each other and stuff like that. How was it behind the scenes as an executive then?
Jeff and the Fresh, I forgot them. They had a first single. They had girls. Like, we all just had one record. It was great.
Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. A lot of people from Philadelphia was coming out at that time because you had a key person that was breaking rap records, and her name was Lady B. And Mimi and Butterball was the program director and the general manager of WDAS. And they were assisting in really breaking rap music around the country. You know, like she was a very popular DJ. Like in New York, you had Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, Mr. Magic, and Fly High, you know, was at BLS, and they had bought the Rap Attack from the independent radio station to WBLS, and that was WLIB, where the Awesome 2 took that over. But at that time, it was Mr. Magic Rap Attack, and you had to hear it. And the independent people that were just getting involved with rap, they had to go and work Mr. Magic and Fly Ty. Then Fly Ty gets the job at WBLS, but at the same time, they start Cold Chillin' Records. And they got MC Shan, Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, and they have all these guys, and they just started knocking walls down. And so they were our brothers, and Russ was our brothers. Russell Simmons used to hang out with our whole staff, you know what I mean, and be on me about being able to deliver records and reading the R&R, because at that time I didn't know what the fuck the R&R was at that time. Well, I didn't know how to get a record charted on Billboard outside of just going to ask the person at the radio station to put my record on and report it. But I didn't really have a full understanding. That's how young I was at the time. These guys are 16, I'm 20 or 22. Right. So I'm fresh out of college and really is trying to figure my way in the record business, which I desperately wanted to be in the record business at the time. You know what I mean? And so after Heavy D and the Boyz, Eddie introduces us to a guy who takes our company to the next level. Even till today, he's one of the few pop artists that we ever had, which is Al B. Shore, and he's from Money Owner in Mount Vernon, a quarterback from Money Owner in Mount Vernon. Right. And that's the whole trend off of Platinum Plus records. We were going platinum already, but you know, I think your first album went gold or something, right? Yep, it went gold, the first album. And then the second one went platinum, and ever since then, Platinum Plus. Al came out of the box. Sure. Yeah, once we had that Al B. Shore power turbo boost on Uptown, right? Thing after that taking off. So we had him at Warner Brothers, and we were working on the Guy album at the same time. Yep. Teddy was instrumental in both albums, and I was. I mean, it'd be great. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it'd be great to talk to you about how you balance Guy, but before that, because you mentioned Al B. Shore, and you know we've had Carl West on the show. Mm-hmm. I love Carl. He was the most humble. You forget that he was an industry man. He's you know he's like a school teacher. He's very nice, very well mannered. I love Carl West. You know, so hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between us, for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me.
No. Okay, you okay?
They don't understand what Jonas Boyz are winning all spirits.
Play it.
I mean, I love all different genres.